I was 7. If you watch the episode, you know exactly what that is. And I thought that was such a funny line.
That was a great joke. That was a good joke. I actually literally wrote that entire exchange down in my notes. I love the reaction.
Heck yeah. Remember, Bruce, you're dealing with a teenager.
I know.
That's your
man. By the way, I still love jamming out to our intro because like Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond is a show that every time the skip intro button pops up on HBO Max, I feel like Steve Rogers at the end of Endgame going, "No, I don't think I will."
No, I mean, I'm like that with all of them, to be honest. Even with Superman, even with Batman. I mean,
Superman, I love the theme.
Yeah.
But it's just clips. And that was the one thing about the Superman the Animated Series intro is it was just clips. The music was great. But Batman and Batman Beyond, they actually had a newly animated sequence.
You're right.
And it just rocks.
Yeah, the music is good. And then, of course, I love our intro, too, because it's so pretty spot on. And again, thank you to Mask of Shy, Alessandro, for putting that together. I mean, yeah, he when I tasked him to do it, I was like, just try to get as close as possible. And, man, he delivered when it came to that. So I know it's funny, too, because I could see you jam into it, and I'm also doing it too. You can't see me. I don't think you could see me because I'm hosting this.
Right,
I
exactly.
see you in the little window, but I'm also like going like that. And so, like, and I have it blasting, of course, on my computer. So, anyways, welcome, guys, to DC Fan-imated. We are not so live, but we are going to be premiering this at the normal time. We of course, with scheduling and everything like that, we're pre-recording this. And we're just going to premiere it at the normal time of 8 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. And I'll be in the live chat if anybody's out there.
I'll be at work, which is the whole reason we're doing this. It's the whole reason we're doing this in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're going to take this approach in the future because, there's been times where we just, we'll take a week or so off and everything. But then it's like, well, wait a minute, we can the premiere thing, and I'm liking it too when it comes to Film Junkie Not So Live as well. Kind of like an experiment, and it's kind of been fun and working. So we're gonna take that approach with this sometimes if we have to, rearrange some things.
Yeah, if the Wednesday really, don't worry, guys. This is not going to be the norm. No. This is us realizing, this is when we have a conflict. We don't have to skip a week.
Exactly. So we're recording this a day before, and like I said, if anybody's out there, I'll be in the chat too. But yeah, we got a new Batman Beyond episode. This is Earth Mover, which
the title gave me
title's lame.
The title is lame. That is true. The title is lame. But it was one of those episodes that was like Earth Mover. Kind of maybe I remembered.
I remember the little bit when you first see a little, guy.
You know what? Actually, here's what happened to me. So as the episode opens, and when this really nice house, basically a futuristic mansion, and Terry and Dana are there doing homework, and I see the friend looking at the window, and I went, like that happened, and I was like, okay, wait, yeah, I remember Mud Monster.
Mud Monster. There you go.
Mud Monster, and then and I went, and the Mud Monster's actually her dad. It took that. Like as soon as I saw what was the girl's name? Jackie. As soon as I saw Jackie, I was like, Mud Monster. Mud Monster's her dad. Dude that she's living with did something that I'm not remembering. It was amazing how it was like 10 seconds
it all started coming back.
It all started coming back to me.
I just remember the Mud Monster really, and then I was like, and then when we see, of course, that is a thumbnail. When you see that freaking freaky little,
I will tell you the moment in the episode when that thumbnail popped into my that thumbnail popped into my head at a very specific moment of the episod before it showed up, and I'm going to bring that up when we get there. But yeah, because that image was like, that it was locked somewhere in my memory, and all of a sudden, boop.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very horror-driven episode. I mean, it's it's got mud monsters, it's got earthquakes, it's got toxic waste, and yeah, it's got a father who is seeking revenge on his old business partner from the depths of the
Yes.
ground connected to. Oh man, crazy. But anyways, but yeah, you already kind of started off with the episode like when we see Terry, Dana, and Jackie, who we haven't met before. We haven't met Jackie, have we?
No, this is
No.
this is the first. I do have like God, just once again. So, like we talked about last week, how this show predicted things like 20 years ago. And
Yeah.
actually, actually 25 years ago. It's like you memorized the multiplication tables, and it's like, oh God, yeah, because there was a period of time where they didn't make kids do that, and it shows.
Oh Jesus Christ! I remember in fourth grade, and I was the new kid in class. We just had moved to California. I was the new kid in class. Me and one other kid were the only ones that got. Obviously it was only 1 through 12. It was always 12 was like the
12 times 12 was 144, and that was like
exactly, yeah.
yeah.
So but I remember like me and this one dude who was the smartest kid in class. I was pretty smart at first, but then I made friends with the class clown, and guess what happened, folks?
I think we have lots of YouTube evidence
yes,
to
exactly.
document what happened.
Exactly. Yeah. See, this is what happens. Hey, my best friend Sean. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but hey, he was the one that corrupted my brain because I was really strong at math, and I was like one of the top ones. I was one of the first to get to learn that whole thing, and it was kind of cool. But yeah, I remember we had to learn that, and yeah, it's probably not really happening too much anymore, is it?
Actually, it's come back because my kids.
Good.
Yes, yeah. There was a period of time. Luckily, by the time my kids reach that point, like they have like speed tests where they have like 3 seconds to like they go one-on-one with the teacher, and then they have they only pass the multiplication fact if they can answer it in 3 seconds. So thankfully they brought it back. But when Dana said it, it was so shocking 25 years ago. Then it became the norm. Yeah. And then thankfully it's come back to, yes, memorize your fucking multiplication tables.
Yes. Just simple math helps. Okay. I get it. I know I'm one of those like algebra. Okay. Maybe some things, but just simple arithmetic. Yeah.
Yeah, that make some change. That would be nice.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so they're doing that, and of course, Jackie is just kind of freaked out. She's looking out the window and thinking like, "Oh, somebody is out there," and blah blah blah. And then we meet her dad, Bill.
Well, not her dad. And you want to believe I spent the entire episode trying to figure out who that son of a bitch was.
It's the dad from Life Goes On, right? Is it that guy? He was in
No, it wasn't the dad from Life Goes On. He was the dad. The dad from Life Goes On was the dad in the Gollum episode.
No, Wonder Years.
Wonder Years.
Yes. I got it mixed up. I was thinking, for some reason, Life Goes On right now. No, Wonder Years. It's the Wonder Years dad. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Lauria. Dan Lauria was the dad in Wonder. Yes, the boy.
For some reason, I get those two mixed up. I don't know why.
But let's be honest. You look at Dan Lauria, and then you look at Bogonovich.
And both of those shows came out at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. For some reason, my mind went there, but
they were both on ABC. Like, so we had two. So you were getting two ABC dads, in your head.
I got them mixed up for a minute.
You got to mix up, and
but then I started going, "Oh, he's also in Independence Day," and I was like, "Yeah, that's where I was like, yeah, totally brain farted that." But yes, it's of course he's been in numerous things, but I recognize the voice.
It's from the Wonder Years. Dan Lauria. Yeah, that was. I good on you for knowing that part, because I spent the entire episode going, why do I know friggin' voice? And then I saw the name, but it wasn't the name I recognized.
Yeah. So I'm not going to recognize the name. Yeah.
And then I typed in the name, and I went, as soon as the picture came up, I went, oh, the Wonder Years.
Of course. We know the dad from the Wonder Years. But yeah, so of course, he kind of like talks about like, oh, hey, you guys are too. It's kind of funny because he, already right off the bat, he's kind of like weird. Where he's like, oh yeah, and if you guys
are being the cool dad, and that never in a TV show, being the cool dad is always like a bad, like why are you being cool? Like
And then of course, like there is a point where Jackie does refer to him as Bill. I think it's a little later, but
No, it's like
yeah,
it's right after he leaves. He goes,
yes,
"Yeah, that's Bill's fine." And Dana's confused because Dana says, "You call him Bill," and she goes, "That's his name."
mm.
And she just goes, "It's complicated." So and that's all we get at this scene because then Terry sees a,
Something out there.
something outside, and he go like, "Terry, dude, chill. You go full Batman mode."
Yeah,
And
it's like, dude, you gotta play it a little like you're playing it a little too close to the vest there, bud. I mean, it's like you're sliding down a pipe and you're doing all this acrobatic shit. Your girlfriend's gonna be like,
Terry,
wait a minute, what are you doing? Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, it was a little
it's a creepy fight in the woods because the monster's just trying to run away and Terry's trying to chase it, and it's just like it's all in shadow and
yep.
it's
He gets his ass handed to him a
oh
little
yeah,
bit.
he does.
He
Yeah.
gets his ass handed to him just a little bit. So, and he gets smacked. We see a little blood, which of course we're always like, "Hey, blood in here, yay!"
Yeah.
We're always like, because we're weirdos like that. But yeah, so we get Terry doing that, and then of course when when the little mud monster thing goes out in the street, it gets hit by a car, and it just totally just and whatever, and then of course he takes it to Bruce in the Batcave, and Bruce is like, "This is just soil.
It's just
what are we
dirt.
doing?"
It's
Yeah,
like,
but I do like what Bruce said, and he's like, because Terry's like, "I saw it and this and this." He goes, "Well, it's gonna happen again, right?" It's like Bruce is kind of just like, well, if you saw something, it'll most likely happen
like
again.
this isn't going to be a one-time thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I like Terry going, "This is unbelievable," and Bruce going, "A phrase I never use," um,
yeah,
which is funny. That's always funny to me because usually in the comics, especially Bruce and Batman, because they're so logical and almost Vulcan-like, it's like they don't accept things until it's presented and then they accept things. But of course, you've also got to remember in this universe, this is a Bruce who's like knows Etrigan and does magic. So you
yeah,
know what? It's I think at 80, you can believe Bruce going, "Yeah, throw anything at me.
yeah. And he's just
Nothing
like,
shocks
okay,
me."
you saw something, I believe you. I'm not seeing it here scientifically, but I still believe you because I've seen some shit too. And guess what? If you saw something, it's most likely it's
It's
gonna
gonna
occur.
happen again.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this.
gonna occur again. So let's just wait for it to occur again and whatever. And then of course, at school, obviously Jackie and Dana are hanging out, and then Terry's there kind of keeping an eye on both of them, and then they get picked up by Bill, and then he's like, isn't he like he's all crazy because he's like, oh yeah, I found a new place to like build his new business or whatever.
Is a fact because he got a factory. He found like
Yeah.
this is okay. So when they get to the real estate site, and
Yes.
it's clearly an abandoned subdivision that is not being used anymore, that is in my head. Like that is when the thumbnail popped into
Mm.
my head because then the earthquake starts happening even before the barrels of toxic waste come flying out of the ground. Just the earth cracking open triggered my memory of Thumbnail Monster.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, it makes sense. But yeah, all these barrels start shooting out. Luckily, Terry gets kind of launched, so then he can be like, "Oh, okay, shit, I fell over." Almost like a Clark Kent situation when like something's happening when around Lois or everybody. It's like, "Oh, I've fallen out," and then all of a sudden, who intervenes?
Batman.
Batman intervenes. He comes back. He comes in there.
Yeah. And how you
To
notice that Bill, like, so the barrels start getting thrown up and then smashing, you see the, neon green glowing goo. And Bill is like, you can see a look on your face that Bill knows exactly what this crap
yeah,
is
he's
because
like,
he's
"Oh,
like, don't touch it.
yeah,
And of course,
yeah."
in my mind, I'm like, it's glowing green.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty obvious there, Bill. Yeah, who's gonna touch glowing green toxic waste? I mean, unless you're stupid enough to just be like, "Well, I could get a superpower."
No,
But
no,
don't
this
do
is
that.
not the secret of the ooze. Do
No,
not.
it's not
No.
that. Yeah, you're not
He
gonna
drank
turn.
all of it.
Yeah. that from the second one or the first one?
That's from the second one. Yeah, that's Super
That's the
Shredder.
second one?
That's
Okay,
the
yeah.
super.
Oh,
His
yeah,
name's
yeah,
the
so
Super Shredder.
shows up.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. God. Secret of the Ooze holds a special place in my heart, even though it's kind of a letdown from the first one. Anyways, tangent.
Yeah. Tangent. Yeah.
It's a letdown, but it also is good. I don't know.
I don't know. I actually, this is going to be a tangent. When we went back on Squadcast movies and rewatched all of them, I actually have the lowest opinion now as an adult of Secret of the Ooze. As a kid, it was my favorite.
That's the thing. I have not rewatched it in time.
When you go back and you watch all of them, like the first one holds up so well, and it's getting a re-release because it's the 35th anniversary of the first movie. Fathom Events is doing a thing, and then you see Secret of the Ooze. I loved it as a kid because they immediately tried to mimic the tone of the cartoon, but then you watch it realizing the guys never used their weapons because there was parent backlash from the first movie, and it's just it's and it's weird. I actually, the third one took a step up in a rewatch.
That's interesting because the third one has always been hailed as, oh, wow, that's where it really went to shit. But when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe that's where they were going, hey, we went too cartoony. Let's kind of dip back into it. We bring back Casey Jones. And technically, it's so funny because the actor who plays Casey Jones, he shows up as Casey Jones because he wasn't in the second one because they're like, no, Casey Jones, we can't have him back. But then he shows back up in the third one, but then he plays a character in the past.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. So, and then, I'm going to have to do a rewatch on all those.
Do a rewatch. I found that my feelings of Secret of the Ooze diminished as an adult, but my feelings on part 3 bumped up. It was a weird feeling as an adult doing a rewatch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I definitely have to do that. All right, there's a tangent right there, guys. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie talk. Where were we? Okay, so obviously Batman comes in and some more little mud monsters show up.
It's a bunch of fighting. It's a bunch of fighting. You know, they're clearly going after Bill.
Because like during all the fighting, it's cool, stuff like that. Batman's doing his thing where he's trying to control the situation. But immediately when you see Bill and Jackie get into the car to go, like as the mud monster is approaching Batman, it notices that, and then it immediately just walks towards that. So you immediately go, oh, something there. Yeah, they're going after Bill.
And Bill also tells Jackie, Terry and Dana got away, which is bullshit. He doesn't know that. That's just his excuse for them to run away and for him to make Jackie think that it's okay that they're running away.
Yeah, Bill's not a good guy.
It's weird. Yeah,
he's just a very scared guy.
He's a very scared guy.
Yeah.
But clearly very protective of Jackie.
True.
So
yeah, but for good reason, of course. But and then so obviously all that all that wraps up again. We get to like another thing where the monster is like, gets hit by the car and it just breaks up and everything. They get away, and then we go to Bruce, and now Bruce is like watching the news and saying, oh yeah, there was earthquake activity. So obviously Bruce is just, and I love how Ace is, of course, sitting right there. Hey, Ace, he's a good bat boy. That we established in the
good bad dog.
Bad dog, that's right.
Good bad dog.
Yeah, that's right. So he's watching, Bruce is going, all right, this is what Terry was talking about. It's got to be, this is part of it right here. And then of course, when he's talking to Terry, when obviously through the communications, and he's already like done the research about things when he's talking about industrial waste, toxic waste. Don't you remember? And this is where the joke comes in. He's like, yeah, don't you remember that? And like
it was on the news. Like, it was. Yeah. Don't you watch the news? It was 10 years ago. And Terry goes, I was 7.
And then Bruce is like, oh. Yeah, that's right. And then it's just like, it's like, yeah, buddy. Remember, you're dealing with a 17.
Which also is great because as we love keeping track of things, okay, Terry 17. Good good to know. And we knew he was a teenager, but we were always kind of like, you know,
how much of a teen is he?
how much of a teenager? So 17,
17, 18,
yeah.
Yeah. So we know he definitely is 17. So yeah, it's good. Like they give it a little marker right there for that. And then of course we cut to Bill and Terry. Bill is just like, doing that freak out thing where he's packing up things and Jackie's like, what is happening? Why are you acting like this? Blah, 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 blah. And then we kind of have a cool little scene right here where there's like it's like one of those cut to commercial moments where a figure shows up and all you see is the eyes and the figure. And then Bill, he basically just kind of starts confessing everything right there.
Because he's just assuming who the figure is. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just going, Tony, it's Tony. And then of course, Jackie's like, that's my dad's name, and so you start putting the pieces together. You're like, oh, what the fuck? But, and then he's just like, I'm sorry, this, that, and this. But then it's like, then it's just Batman. He just walks out and then it's like, but then Batman just goes, you want to tell her or do you want me to?
And we get the whole story about how he and Tony, by the way, Tony, another voice.
Dad, right?
Yes.
Seventh Heaven.
Yes. Stephen Collins.
Okay. The only reason why I know that, because when I searched the thumbnail, somebody had a side by side, and I was like, "Oh,
okay."
I didn't figure that out through the voice. I just saw it when I was like, I searched the thumbnail, and shit you not, there was like one that had the thumbnail that we have, and then it had that guy. I forgot his name.
Stephen Collins. Yes.
Stephen Collins. Yeah, and I was like, oh, it was the Seventh Heaven guy. Yeah, man, this one's just chock full of dads, TV dads.
I know, right?
It was TV dads. Right here. I never really got into Seventh Heaven. No,
I did. I did.
Wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me, but it gave us Jessica Biel, so I'm thankful for it.
It did give us Jessica Biel. So,
yeah. It's supposed to be a revival series, which I'm like, all right. But
no.
Who needs that, right? And
no.
Didn't he get in trouble with something?
Oh, he did. I was reading his
bad things.
Yeah. Minors, like
PDO stuff,
Yep.
Yep, that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's no longer really doing much.
No, not at all.
But anyways, it was him. But yeah, that was the only reason why I knew. I was like, because I saw that when I was searching on Google Images. Anyway, so yeah. So and then of course we get that recap. We see that her dad, obviously he was like reluctant at first, but they're like, hey, we got to get rid of this toxic waste. So
because they didn't have the money to do it properly. So
you know how it is, that trope. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, but it's kind of funny though. This episode tries really hard to make Bill not a complete monster. Because here we go. So Bill and Tony are trying to illegally dispose of their toxic waste because their business is starting up, so they don't have the funds to dispose of the waste properly. So they find a site that's an abandoned mine shaft, and Bill is telling Tony, but the mine shaft is sealed. So the best part is that the stuff is never going to leak out.
So at least if you're trying to dispose it in not a legal manner, he did try to find the best option,
the best worst, the best bad option of if I'm going to dispose of the toxic waste. And then also, yes, he offers Tony a partnership. I never get the sense in the scene that he's gaming Tony. No. I feel like he's being very sincere about this. And when the accident happens, when the canister, gets caught, and then when they try to force it, it causes the shaft to collapse, and then the toxic waste oozes. I mean, I'm with Bill on this in that, I would have thought Tony was dead too.
When you see him, he's barely sticking out, and it looks bad.
Yeah,
like he's just like, and he's like,
he's not basically moving. Already buried alive to begin with, and then he gets, effectively burned and melted by the
waste. Yeah,
the waste. So it's like, well, he's I would have assumed he was dead too. And I
then he's supposed to heal
wonder,
it up, you know? Yeah.
yeah, and then he tries to do the right thing in this situation, which is, well, I'll at least make sure, because the mom's already dead, for whatever reason. We're just told the mom's gone. And Bill raises Jackie as his own, which then kind of explains the whole trying to be the cool dad thing that we saw at the beginning of the episode. So I'm curious though, because I did get some feedback on this episode when I posted on social media that I was watching it. And
from Man of Steven.
Yeah, Man of Steven.
He said it was like he hated the episode.
And he says it's the only episode he hates.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. I didn't want to engage in the conversation just because I wanted us to have this conversation first. But I am wondering if it has something to do with the fact that this episode actually doesn't really throw Bill under the bus.
Could be that. Maybe he was just like, fuck Bill. I don't know. I mean, I could see why some people might go, say something like that. I mean, I saw his response too, because he's an acquaintance for both of us. And I was just kind of like, interesting. And when I was watching, I was like, I mean, I can see it because it's just like, it's just like this crazy horror episode that just, maybe I could but I was going, yeah, but it's not bad. I still enjoyed this.
It's still a good horror episode.
I know,
but I'm curious if someone who likes seeing bad guys, because it's kind of like how Ray always is that he always wants he always hates it when the bad guy wins or when the bad guy.
Some people are like that, Yeah, and I get it, but at the same time, if it, we always want to see the bad guy not succeed, but sometimes it's kind of cool when you're watching like a Usual Suspects or something where you just kind of go, wow, that's kind of crafty how he got away.
Yeah.
I'm like, but at the same time, that's not the same as this. But like you explained, when it came to Bill, he wasn't totally bad. Like he was
making bad choices.
He made bad choices, but he still tried to do
the best.
Yeah, of those choices. So that's why, like, you did a good job with explaining that I didn't really think about, but at the same time, I wasn't thinking that Bill was a super bad guy. They really do show you that Bill is still trying to be a good guy right from the beginning, trying to be the cool dad and, and whatever. And as everything unfolds, it's like, yeah, he's done some bad shit to where, like, when we get through like the end and stuff like that, Jackie just kind of is like, this is my dad. It's still my dad.
Yeah, and I want that the wrong way. And I want to get I was going to save that for the end, but there's a choice in the episode, and I want to discuss that when we get to that.
Yeah, I know, and that'll be part of the clip, of course. Like when we get to it, when everything starts going crazy, and hey, we get a new vehicle.
Getting crazy now. I mean,
I know we get a new vehicle, by the way.
Yeah, well, we're not there yet, though.
We're not there yet. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right, because we just got the story, and then, the mud monsters. Because we get the mud monsters coming. Bill tries to get away.
Yeah.
Because he says he's after me.
Yeah.
But the monster gets him and gets his car and swallows him to the earth. And then while Terry's outside trying to save Bill, the whole house with Jackie inside of it gets swallowed by the earth. Yes.
Yeah, and that's a creepy little scene too, and she starts like roaming the house and just like she's seeing like worms and fucking, there's some roots in there that are moving and shit. I mean, it's a creepy little scene. It's a creepy little scene when she's walking through the house.
Yeah. And then now because now I don't know, like, do we cut to Terry in the new bat sub? Or
because it's like when she's going through and she's seeing stuff, and then all of a sudden we see like the scope, like little periscope thing.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
and then all of a sudden we hear the music, and they start playing the music, and we see all of a sudden we're like, oh, we got a new vehicle here, folks. We got the bat sub happening. It's cool. I was just like, oh yeah, there's a bat sub.
I totally forgot the bat sub.
Yeah,
but I still always love how every time he's holding the controls and then all the circuitry lights up in the suit. Yeah,
it's always so cool. And so we get the bat sub, and then of course And that's where Jackie, you know, does essentially get deeper into the ground, and that's where she finds good old dad, and it's just a creepy looking. I mean, he's just connected to the earth. It's all green, and he's just
Well, he's connected to the earth, so he's still like he's a dried husk who is like he's buried in the earth, and yet there are these veins of toxic waste from the barrels around him, and his mouth doesn't move. The only thing that moves are like those glowing green eyes. And
the eyes. It's just really creepy. It's just really creepy. And then of course, you know, obviously Jackie finds him, and then, you know, it's that whole thing of the reveal and everything. And then of course, who intervenes? Batman intervenes.
Well, but first, you know, she's talking to him, and then like he spits Bill out of like.
Oh yeah, that was creepy. Just like they got him, you know, and everything. So, but then of course that's where we get a little battering action that happens. So that's where we're gonna break into the clip right here. So, battering, and then of course, you know, on his little sub.
The music of this episode was really awesome. This last
one. The guitar is great, of course. Look at that shit. Time for some more mud monsters.
Who look a little bit like Clayface, you know.
Of course they do. Of course.
I was really, when he pulled it out, I expected him to like throw that thing. Instead of it just being like you know, it's almost like his own, like his version of like a brass knuckle, except for it's like, you know, mowing the lawn.
Oh, creepy! Get out of there! Get to the sub.
And another thing is that, like, especially a moment like this, Tony really kind of becomes the monster villain of the episode. Like, Tony has been driven so mad by his situation that it's like he's
just he's losing it right now.
He's losing. He wants his daughter at any cost.
Pretty much. Tossing in the water. Ouch.
I know. You just go back and you look at that suit and go, that suit has got some armor in it, because Terry's surviving that shit.
That's what, like, hey, well, that's what he's all connected to. Whoa!
Well, I always think it's interesting because it's like the toxic waste is what's powering him.
Yeah.
And it's almost like Terry has busted his batteries.
Got her. And then right there, she gives one last look. Aw, and then he looks at her, and she's just like, nope, you're not my father anymore. And then right there, they embrace each other.
And right now, like, this music was like...
Oh, yeah. This is great.
It's going out now.
We got torpedoes.
Try another one. Sorry, fall out.
Like, and this is like the redeeming moment that it does seem to come out of nowhere, though. It's like
because he's like, get out, get out.
But because Terry busted all the canister. Yeah. You know, he's not being, there's nothing like feeding him anymore.
And then he's gone. The guitar. So cool.
My father.
He's not your father. Not really. He's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
Dad.
Oh, and then calls him Dad. Come on.
Right. Which it's I don't know.
I think that's why maybe some, like you said, like how some people might have a problem with it. You know,
Because does that moment feel earned? Like, does that moment feel earned that the guy kind of caused all the problems?
yeah, I
Kind of
mean, like,
wins he gets rewarded kind of at the end.
yeah, I think it's just, but again, like we said, like you were explained, pretty perfectly, was just the fact that Bill was trying to be good, even though he made bad decisions. And but maybe if you had more than 22 minutes, you could flesh that out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so they had to do something where it was like, well, it's we don't have much time. We're wrapping up. We got 30 seconds left. Just have her call him dad.
Like that's the arc. It really is Jackie's arc in the episode, because at the beginning of the episode, he's Bill. It's weird.
Yeah.
And it's like she accepts him as her father by the end. But once again, I can see how people would have a problem with that. I mean, I kind of bristled at it a little bit myself while watching it. I understand the arc that she has throughout the episode, but I can also stand how people are like, wow, that dude, it's like that dude kind of wins at the end.
It's like, what, does he get a pass? What are we doing here? He technically killed your father, but yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, man, maybe there could have been a follow-up, or could have been more, but then, we're not going to get that, of course.
No, we're not. No, this is a one-off.
Yeah, it's a one-off. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting episode. I could see why some people, but still, and like I said, it was kind of funny. Like I said, I saw that response and I went, huh, is this going to be our first Batman Beyond episode that we might not like? But then I watched it and I was like, I still dug it. I was like, I still dug it.
I still enjoy it. It's a one-off. Yeah. It's a little monster. It's a freak of the week episode kind of deal. But I like it. It's creepy as hell. That image of Tony in the dirt.
Yeah.
Stuck with me.
So crazy. Yeah. So creepy. That's nightmare fuel right there for sure. But yeah, it's still a decent episode. We get a bat sub, a little mini bat sub. I love it. We get a funny little banter from Terry and Bruce. So we get appearance from Ace. He didn't do much, but he was sitting there at least.
Yeah.
Good
bad dog.
Good bad dog. What do we got next week?
Okay. This one I do remember. Okay. Just by the title. Yeah. Next week, we're watching Joyride.
Joyride. Sounding kind of familiar. Yeah. It's going to be one of those I'm going to have to look at.
You're going. Let's put it this way. I will lay you 5 to 7 that when you see the thumbnail on HBO Max, you'll go, oh, that's what this is about. Like it's going to be, it's one of those.
I just typed it in and I'm like, yep, I had a feeling there was going to be some people in okay, yeah. I was people in makeup. I was like, Joyride. Why am I picturing people in makeup? And I typed it, and sure enough, I was like, I had to, because I was like, I'm seeing people in clownish makeup, and there it is. Yeah, I remember this episode a little bit.
Yeah. Now I know that I remember the conceit of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
What the Jokers are doing in the episode. Now, how it all plays out, that's going to be fuzzy, but I remember the premise of the episode just from the title. So it wasn't like Earth Mover where I went, fuck, I got no idea.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Until you saw the first mud monster. Yeah. So, but that'll be a fun one to talk about as well. Again, thank you guys for watching this pre-recorded episode. And, like I said, in times where we need to do this, we'll do this. But I think are we going to be back live next week or?
No, next week is going to be another pre-record. I got 2 weeks, and then the week after we'll be good. Yeah.
Okay. So there you go, guys. But like I said, still normal things. Not like we're cutting this or editing this. It's all very much a one-shot little thing, tangents and everything, and all the good stuff. That
the only thing you miss is us talking to the chat at the beginning of the episode.
I'm not bringing up anybody, doing any live chat. But like I said, I'll be in the live chat for anybody who's out there talking and everything. So, all right, what do you got, Scott? Promote.
Nothing really right now. I do plan on this weekend going to go see The Naked Gun.
Nice. Me too.
And
my dad, I can't wait.
I actually watched the first Naked Gun for the first time today.
You never seen it before?
Never seen it before.
What? Wow. What'd you think?
I loved it.
So good.
It's so good. It's so good. It's crazy to me that it's based on a failed TV show.
Yeah. Because if anybody didn't know, the Police Squad was like, what? How many episodes they had? Like
6.
six.
It went episodes before it was canceled.
Yeah,
And
and it's so funny too because I don't know how many times I've seen a shot from it on Twitter or something like that, where somebody's referencing it. It's just like when somebody's like walking into the office, and then all of a sudden everybody just starts firing off or something like that. I remember I've seen that GIF before or something like that. It's from Police Squad, and it's funny how like I remember for a while, this was like years ago, people were using that like crazy. I don't know why. But yeah, and I'm like, what the hell is that from? And then when I found out it was from Police Squad, I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's just like a crazy GIF. I'd have to send it to you. But yeah, I never watched the TV show, but it is crazy that it did come from a failed TV show.
6 episodes in 1982.
Yeah.
That then the movie comes out 6 years later. Like that's
and it's a huge hit.
I know. But yeah, so they're all the entire trilogy is streaming on Paramount Plus. Nice. So I watched Naked Gun today. So my plan is to watch 2.5 tomorrow,
33.5,
the day after. Because I'm seeing Naked Gun on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm seeing it Thursday with my dad.
Well, I was originally going to see it on Thursday, and then my wife had to go and make plans. It was on the calendar, honey.
That thing that's connected to your phone?
Yeah, that you came up with in the first place? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. And probably also before we record next, I do plan taking the kids to go see The Bad Guys 2.
Oh, yeah. That's coming out this week?
This week, yeah. Both it's The Naked Gun and Bad Guys 2 are the releases. And I don't care.
I still have to watch it.
Oh, I love the first one.
I remember you gave you told me you really liked it. And I'm like, well, I like Sam Rockwell, So.
It's really good.
Well, they made a sequel for a reason. And, I remember it got really good reviews, did decent at the box office. So, there's a reason why they made a sequel.
Oh, yeah. So I will plan on reviewing both of those films, by the time I did publish my written review. I did a first reaction on Twitter. I have not done a written review yet because really the first reaction on Twitter kind of did everything, but because my Fantastic Four reaction, so you can see that. I was even happy it got shared by Vero, like the Vero,
nice.
Like the official Vero account. They do a watching movies, and my reaction got pulled for their reaction. So that was
cool. Nice.
That was very fun. So enjoyed that one. So go if you didn't see my reaction, you can find that. So first reaction of Fantastic Four is on X and on Vero. So Scott DC27 or Scott McClellan. And then if you want to see, if you want to follow along in my adventures on Letterboxd as I watch the original Naked Gun trilogy, then do that. So I can plan on seeing Naked Gun on Saturday, and then I'll probably see Bad Guys 2 like on Tuesday or Wednesday, because I'm finally taking advantage of AMC A-listers getting 50% off tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So if I have to buy tickets for my kids, let's get it for half off, shall we?
There you go. Yeah, that's how you do it right there, folks. Yeah, hit that like, thumbs up, everybody. Like I said, no vodka stream this Friday because I will be in Laughlin celebrating Mama Film Junkie's birthday. She wanted to go to Laughlin, so no vodka stream at all this weekend. I'll be gone till Sunday, leaving Friday morning and then coming back Sunday. So yeah, but of course, Film Junkie Live will be Monday and everything. So that's it. And hit that like, thumbs up. We'll see you guys next week, and I appreciate you guys in the chat. And we will talk to you guys later.